Hey, it's Coach M. As you know, I'm here to give you the tools to crush it in life. If you're struggling with anxiety in any way, whether it's social anxiety, academic anxiety, or anxiety about everything, then I've got the video that will help you see where your anxiety is really coming from and how to manage it in a way that allows you to take control back over your life. Okay, let's talk about what anxiety is and where it really comes from. Anxiety is that panic feeling when you're unsure of a situation or you're unsure of what's going to happen as a result of a situation. Anxiety is thinking about things that haven't happened yet. We've all felt that uneasy feeling before, like when we have to get up in front of people and give a speech, or talk to someone that we don't know, or do something that isn't familiar to us. What a lot of us don't realize is exactly where this panic feeling is coming from. So let's start there. First thing you have to realize is there is an old part of your brain and a newer, more evolved part of your brain. The older part of your brain is where your fight-flight response is. It's old and it hasn't evolved much over the thousands of years that we've been alive. This older part of our brain is the part that keeps us safe. It warns us of danger and it's constantly looking and scanning for anything that seems like a threat to us. The problem is, it doesn't know the difference between an actual threat that could really kill us and a perceived threat, like a thought or a feeling that can't hurt us. You know that feeling you get when anxiety sets in? Your head is pounding, your heart is racing, palms get all sweaty, and your breathing becomes really fast and shallow. You get this crazy surge of adrenaline that floods your whole body. Those sensations are being triggered by the old part of your brain. This is the crazy part that most people don't realize, is your old brain will always move you away from pain, even if it's in your best interest to experience the pain so you can learn from it. No matter what the experience is, if your old brain deems it as threatening, it'll feed you all kinds of thoughts to get you to move away from the pain. And this is the important part. Whether or not it sees something as threatening is based on what you were taught in childhood, what your past experiences are, your beliefs, memories, and your biases. So although we need the old part of our brain to help us when there is a true life-threatening emergency, overall, the old part of your brain can't usually be trusted in most day-to-day situations. When you have those panic, anxious feelings, it's your old brain reacting to something that it perceives as a threat. A simple example of this is you get a D on your math test and you start to think negative thoughts like, I can't believe I suck so much at math, I'm so stupid, my parents are going to kill me, why can't I do anything right, I'm such a failure, it's no wonder everybody thinks I'm stupid. And on and on and on, your old brain goes layering your negative thoughts one on top of the other, just making you feel worse and worse. This is how anxiety forms. Each time your old brain layers negative thoughts on top of negative thoughts, it reinforces that it's dangerous. And again, it'll try to move you away from what it sees as dangerous. As whacked out as it sounds, your old brain is actually trying to protect you. I know, crazy, right? But in the example of getting a D on the math test, it actually goes back into your memories, your beliefs, your past experiences that mimic the same feelings, and it brings them all up to the surface. So if you already had a belief that you're not good at math, or someone has actually told you that you're not good at math, and if it's an adult and they've ever said that, let me know and I will give them a piece of my mind. Just kidding, but not really. Or if you've had other experiences where you felt inadequate in the past, your old brain recalls those beliefs. It brings those to the surface, which only reinforces the way you feel and makes you feel worse. Again, your old brain is trying to make you move away from the thing causing you pain. In this case, it would be math. Have you ever noticed that when you don't think you can do something well, or you know something will be hard or take a long time, that you avoid it as long as you can? Procrastinating until you're forced to do it, that's your old brain, moving you away from the pain, the thing that's going to be hard, that's going to take forever, that you think you're not good at. This is what's messed up. If we don't recognize that this is what's happening in our brain, then we assume that our thoughts are true. And the more negative thoughts that we have, the more we believe them. We begin to think that we really are lazy, or not good at something, or we suck at everything. This is why we have to challenge the thoughts that our old brain feeds us. In the example of the D on the math test, if your old brain starts giving you thoughts like, I can't believe I suck this much at math, I'm so stupid, why can't I do anything right? You have to first see that you're thinking this way. Then challenge each thought by asking, is this really true all the time? Very few things are true all the time. So just by asking this question, you'll start to break up the negative thought pattern, which will help you feel better. With anxiety, it's just a spiraling of negative thoughts about a situation. And it's usually about a situation that hasn't even happened yet. But it's based on the old part of your brain seeing the situation as a threat, as potentially dangerous to you. The anxious, spiraling thoughts that your old brain feeds you are coming from a deep belief that you have about yourself, a belief that you don't trust that you'll be able to handle a situation. I'm going to tell you how to manage those anxious thoughts in a moment, but I want to give you another example first. Let's say that you feel panicked just thinking about talking to someone that you don't know. Your old brain will start to give you thoughts like, this is going to be awkward. What do I say? How do I come across cool and not weird? What if they don't like me? These anxious thoughts are coming from a lack of confidence that you have in yourself, your ability to just be who you are and not care what others think. So there are two ways to get rid of these anxious thoughts. First is to work on the lack of self-confidence that you feel, the belief that you're not good enough as you are. Work on changing that belief. The second is to challenge each thought that enters your mind. By challenging it, you begin to replace the negative anxious thoughts with more empowering thoughts that help you take back your personal power. The thing about anxiety is that it robs you of your personal power. It forces you to play small. And again, the old part of your brain is really good at moving you away from pain. It actually hijacks the newer part of your brain, the part that could help you see a situation in a better way, or find a solution to a problem you have, or come up with a creative way to handle an issue. So we have to learn how to bypass the old part of our brain so that the newer, more evolved part has a chance to help us see the truth, to see what's really going on, and to help us change those negative beliefs. If you have anxiety and feel overwhelmed at times with anxious thoughts and feelings, you'll want to do these two things to manage your anxiety. Number one, catch your thoughts and challenge them. This is huge. Most of the time, we have no idea what we're even thinking. Our thoughts happen so fast and so automatic that we're not aware of them at all. So we have to start catching them so that we can change them. Check out this video here, and it's linked in the description below, to learn how to start catching and challenging your negative thoughts. Trust me, if you can catch your thoughts and challenge them, you'll no longer be a hostage to anxiety. You'll actually start to change the neural pathways in your brain so that the next time a situation occurs that you normally would feel anxious about, you'll be able to move through anxiety quickly and easily and eventually rewire your brain to not even have the anxious thoughts anymore. The second thing to do to manage your anxiety is to start building your self-confidence and your self-trust. To do this, start taking tiny, healthy risks. If you're fearful and anxious about making new friends, do one small thing towards making a new friend. It could be as tiny as just smiling at someone or complimenting them. Just make sure it's a sincere compliment. Or ask them a question. Start small and add to it each day. You'll also want to start saying a mantra to yourself each day. The key with mantras or affirmations is you have to believe them 100% in order for them to work. For instance, if I believe that I'm ugly when I look in the mirror and decide to say the mantra, I'm beautiful, it's not going to make me feel better. It could actually make me feel worse because I think that I'm lying to myself. Again, I have to believe what I'm telling myself. So if you can't think of a positive mantra that you believe, then think of a neutral one and say it to yourself every day when you look in the mirror. In this example of thinking I'm ugly when I look in the mirror, I'd want to choose a more neutral mantra that I believe, like, I'm a work in progress like everyone else, or I'm here to make a difference in the lives around me, or I'm here for a reason. If you need help coming up with a mantra or affirmation, I have some linked in the description down below. Just make sure the one that you choose, you believe 100%. The more you can say your mantra over and over, the better you'll start to feel. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more videos like it, where I give you the tools to crush it in life and to take your life to a whole new level, be sure to hit the subscribe button down below and click on the bell icon to get notified when I upload a new video. And I do upload videos weekly. I hope you have an incredible day, and I'll see you in the next video.